Okay, so let's talk about the Batman sequel and the potential villains we could see. So I've already made some TikToks and shorts talking about how I don't want to see the Joker be in the sequel because I feel like we've gotten a ton of Jokers. And I mean, we have gotten like almost 4 Jokers already and no Robin. Come on. So I think that we could definitely show some better villains in Batman's rogue gallery in the new Batman sequel. So one of those villains in particular is going to be Hush. I think Hush definitely has to be that villain we see in the sequel. I just feel Hush is a better villain for Batman for a sequel that I think should feel more intimate, should feel more of a Batman story instead of a Gotham and everybody else involved story. I think that we really need some time to develop and flesh out his character a little bit more, especially if we're developing other characters in the series through shows such as Penguin and also the Arkham show. I think a story where it's just Batman and Hush going up against each other would definitely be a lot better and not really have such a grandiose vision of Gotham being involved, sort of like how we saw with the Dark Knight Rises, also the Dark Knight, and the recent Batman. I think that a sort of like movie where it's just Batman and Batman's life is the only thing at peril, I think that would make a much more interesting story in my opinion. So I definitely would love to see Hush as well, and then maybe you could sort of give it more of a larger vision by having Court of Owls as well thrown in there if you really need it, but I don't think you would need it. I think a one-on-one with Batman and Hush would be very interesting to see, and I would definitely love that. And I think that the story has been pretty much set up already with the Dark Knight. See, I'm already getting confused with the Batman. I think with the Batman story, setting up Hush is great. I mean, we saw the word Hush plastered over. We heard about Elliot as well. And all of that just pretty much ties us back to this character of Hush, who pretty much has it out against Bruce. And I think the concept of the character as well, by design and all of that, just fits into this world so perfectly that it's just itching to be there as well. So for a sequel, I don't want to see the Joker, even though he was already like put out there at the end of this movie. I think it's sort of being put out more as an overall villain of sorts that's going to be like there in Gotham, be a menace and all of this, but not really the main character for Batman to go up against. I think that the Joker could be there to set up more of Arkham, the TV show, as well as maybe the 3rd or 4th film if they decide to go that route. And I don't think a sequel would be where I want to see him just yet. I would love to see his character fleshed out more in a TV series and then eventually see him come into the light into the next Batman film, whichever that is, 3rd, 4th, or however many they're planning on doing. Because I can assure you of one thing, if the shows do good and the movie is doing as good as it's doing, 300 million at the worldwide box office already, they are definitely itching for more sequels. And I think that like DC has found the secret sauce when it comes to things in their universe, where they're not really trying to go for a cinematic universe as opposed to just telling great stories, kind of feeling like separate comic issues, which is great. And then Marvel has already shown that they can do great cinematic universes, so I'm glad that both studios are finding their way and really not trying to be one or the other. So we'll definitely see what works best for Warner Brothers, even though they've had a lot of pushbacks just yesterday with The Flash and Aquaman getting pushed till next year. I think they're really trying to figure out what is the best course of action here, but we'll see. So as I said, I don't want the Joker in a sequel. I would prefer something like Hush or Court of Owls, really digging deeper into Bruce Wayne and his past and just setting him up for what comes next. I think So my camera just died right there. So as I was saying, I do think that Mr. Wayne here definitely needs a little bit more of an extra push in his story to really give us what we need from him when it comes to the future installments. And I think that a character such as Hush is one that can really push him to those lengths, especially considering that a lot of it has to deal with his family's past, his mother, and all of that. So I would definitely be interested in seeing a character such as Hush, as I was saying. So I don't know. I think that this whole Batman storyline will be one of the best storylines told by the end of it all. And I am just itching to see how exactly they do all of this. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on Mr. Hush being the main villain for the sequel, or who would you prefer to see? Let me know below. I do want to see Joker, like I know I do, but we've already gotten a ton of Jokers. We have Heath Ledger's Joker, then we got Jared Leto's Joker, then we have also Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and now we have Barry Keoghan which makes 4 Jokers in about 14 years. So it's just like, let's give a little break to the Joker character and let's let more of these other rogues come in. On a recent TikTok, I was talking about how Hugo Strange also could be a really good character to see, especially with the Arkham show coming out, and one that I think would be formidable for Batman. Also, Poison Ivy would be another cool character to see, especially now having Harley in this universe. I would love to see both of these characters fleshed out more. But you know what? Actually, if we don't actually get a crossover between the universes, as I'm not sure that they will let Pattinson's Batman get in touch with like all of the other supers, I guess Poison Ivy could be okay just being in the other side of the DC universe. You know, we're still not entirely sure exactly what they're trying to do. I think the Flash was trying to integrate everything, but now I feel like Warner Brothers is thinking, should we really integrate everything or keep something separate? So I think that movie is going to tell us a lot about the future. It is definitely a bummer that we won't know till next year, but I'm very excited nonetheless for them to keep trying to make that movie as best as they can. So anyways, let me know down below what you think. What are you most excited to see? What is your villain of choice that you would love the Batman to go up against? Comment it down below. But as always, that is going to do it for me. But as I said, I would love to see Hush, and if not Hush, my second choice would be to start introducing the Court of Owls and have Talon in there in some sort of way, and maybe the Joker in the background. Like, I think that could be a good sequel as well, but it's either between Hush and Court of Owls for a sequel to the Batman, because I feel like it has to be very intimate and just about Bruce and Batman more. Just this way we get more of his character fleshed out. But you know, that's my thoughts, my opinions. I love to know yours as well, so comment it down below. Am I wrong or am I right? Let me know. So if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed and you turn on the notification bell to know when these videos drop. I will be talking more about the Batman this week because there's a ton of stuff to talk about as well, so stay tuned for that. I will be uploading a ton of shorts as well on a lot of news stuff that drops. Currently going through a lot of changes for the channel. You should see a new logo come up pretty soon, a new name, everything. We are definitely trying to make this as big as we can make it, so really appreciate you joining me on my journey to get to 25,000 subscribers. I know we can get there together, so make sure that you don't forget to subscribe and turn that notification bell on. As always, that is gonna do it for me. Let me know what is your favorite villain from Batman's Rogues that you would love to see be in the live action movie with Robert Pattinson down below. And as always, check out the video on the left if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed, like, comment, share. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.